You just heard Sarah talk about the concepts of self-efficacy. I'm going to touch on how a teacher's self-efficacy can influence her students. A teacher's self-efficacy is their belief that they can positively influence their students' successes or failures. An example would be whenever I was in high school, I had a math teacher who wasn't very helpful with me in our algebra class, and so till this day I have the worst time with math. Like, I get turned off if I hear anything about math. Like, I completely shut down just because she made me feel like she couldn't help me. Student self-efficacy is very impressionable in the fact that their first encounters with positivity or negativity often shapes how they perceive themselves, as with my example. Teachers who feel like with high efficacy will usually push her students for higher goals. She may give them more work instead of just letting them have busy work with like a worksheet or something. Teachers can develop a higher sense of self-efficacy for students. Allowing the children to set their goals can give them a sense of satisfaction. This produces a habitual nature of accomplishing goals. Like Sarah's example of her teacher helping her achieve her goal, if her teacher just gave up and said, okay, you've tried this for so many months, then if you're not going to get it, you're not going to get it. How would that have affected Sarah, how she perceived how she can accomplish goals? Teachers' self-efficacy often depends on her students, his or her students. If a teacher believes that his or her students are capable of solving a problem, then they will allow the students to work on a problem for an extended amount of time. For example, if a teacher only planned a lesson to take up one day, but she sees that a couple students are having problems, then she may lengthen that lesson plan for 2 or 3 days so that all of her students can get a sense of what she's trying to teach. If a teacher believes in her students, then he or she will be able to help build up the students, that instead of just moving on from a problem, that they can actually get through a problem. Teachers with high efficacy exhibit greater levels of planning and organization. They're more open to new ideas and are more willing to experiment with new methods to better meet the needs of students. Teachers with high efficacy are more persistent and resilient when things don't go quite as planned, and are less crucial of students when they make errors, and are less inclined to refer a student to a special education. Instead of a teacher giving up on her student, instead of taking the easy path of just sending him off to another teacher, a teacher with high efficacy will take control and help her student. Students with a strong sense of academic self-efficacy have been known to endure longer periods of difficulties, demonstrate lower levels of anxiety, and use more effective learning strategies. And now you will hear Sarah talk, or Mindy talk about how teachers can obtain a higher efficacy for her classroom.